The last time there was this much to unpack from a race, I was being held at airport security and answering questions about the contents of my suitcase. Berland had an interesting week at Monza, and as the title says, this track never fails to find new ways to disappoint. Now, I'm not going to name any names, but someone forgot to press record on the first race, which meant I had to pull a double shift in the editing room, piecing things together from the replay. Fortunately for me, and for reasons you're going to see very soon, it wasn't a long race at all. But what it lacked in distance, it more than made up for with action, as I'm sure you saw in the intro sequence. Berland qualified in amongst the middle of the carnage and was super lucky to skip out of there unscathed. There was something like 6 DNFs from this T1 chaos. And after what seemed like a really promising start, he was up to P11, rapidly gaining on Johns in P10. However, it was a decision made at the end of lap 1, going into Parabolica, that ultimately sealed Berland's fate. This decision to go left whilst he had the run out of Ascari meant that he was trapped on the outside going into the final corner. His line was compromised, which then allowed Logan Griffin in the Aston Martin behind to catch up along the straight. And that's all she wrote for race 1, a single lap. Woohoo! He misjudged the curve on the inside, which at those speeds was enough to unsettle the car and caused a massive snap from which there was no coming back. I bet Berland will be waking up after that, feeling like his neck took a Viagra. My word! So there was nothing else for it other than to get back on the horse and try again. Berland qualified in P13 for this split 2 race with a super close grid of drivers.
Green flag, green flag.
Let's get this show on the road. This time things are much cleaner going round turn 1, just a single driver off track, and what looks to be no serious damage to any cars. Berland managing to hold on to his starting position for the time being, but things are so tightly packed, it's still anyone's game at this point. He's opted to sit behind Cavalier in the Lexus in a bid to get past his teammate Ferenczi in the sister car. This is really high risk as the tyres won't be fully up to temp yet, and they take this corner at 170 miles an hour, which is crazy fast. After Ferenczi made two unfortunate errors, resulting in him hitting the tyres on the exit of LMU Berland is left to duke it out with Kevlar alone. These drivers are very closely matched in terms of pace, so it's going to require some forward planning to execute the move cleanly. Both Lexus and Porsche completely flat out here, entering Curva Grande. What's lap 3 got in store for us? There's a massive incident in LMU 1. Berland was able to navigate through it, relatively unscathed. It's more than can be said for Kevlar, who chose to go left into the gravel. Madness! I'm just pulling up a replay of the original incident so we can find out why there was a Porsche in the middle of the track. So we have Schembeck and O'Connor in the battle for the lead. They've hit each other door to door, which caused Schembeck to spin out and come to rest in a really bad spot. It's totally blind for drivers coming round there, and he's ended up getting hit several times. What a shame for him, that's race over. But on the flip side of that, Berland now finds himself squarely inside the top 10, sitting in P8, which is great to see. Fingers crossed he keeps this pace up. It took him another lap or so before he was able to catch up to the back of the drivers in front. Let's rejoin the action on lap 5. I'm not sure why Nen was so slow there. He was in 5th. So was he serving a slowdown penalty? I can see we've got a clip for it, so let's take a look. He was super late on the brakes into... Oh, wow! He cut through that corner like a ballistic missile. No wonder he was served with a slowdown, but credit to him, he did a great job not taking anyone else out. Nen looks to be holding his own since his mistake last lap. There was only 2 tenths between his and Berland's quali times, so this battle will be won through consistency, something which Berland is doing a great job of at the moment. His last 3 laps have all been 1:40, 1.3. Come on, Berland! I don't believe it! For the third visit in a row at Monza, Berlin finds himself rejoining from the gravel. This has cost him big time. He's dropped a whopping 7 places and is rejoining in P15 behind Maxi Nisi's Ferrari. It's a mountain to climb from here. We're just under halfway on the clock, so there is an outside chance he could regain some of that lost time back. But what a silly mistake to make. Dear oh dear. This is his chance. He's close enough to make a move into Ascari. Can he execute it cleanly though? Berland is later on the brakes and comfortably reaches the apex ahead of Nisi. Great move from the Brit and the first step on the long road to recovering those lost places. Angelo Guidini in the white and green BMW looks to be very quick as well, so Berland might also need to do some defending if he's not careful. We're at 2/3 race distance. Tim Berland is at the back of a Porsche train and making great headway into the gap between him and Hackett in the pink and white. Hackett's car looks slow on the straights. Could he be carrying damage? We've got 2 straights coming up, so let's find out. Goodness gracious me! Berland is absolutely flying in Sector 1. He's past Hackett and is now amongst a pack consisting of Mo, Turganov and Bonacorsi. If he can make his way through these 3 drivers, that's him back in the top 10, which would be a fantastic achievement. There's no time like the present. Berland made short work of Bonacorsi in the Ferrari. That's had the effect of uncorking the bottle, and the Italian is being swamped by Hackett and Guidini. The poor bloke has lost 3 places in one sector. Nightmare! every step of the way as the charge continues. The BMW is a rocket on the straights, and he's looking close enough to be a threat here in Ascari. The Italian dives down the inside, slamming the anchors. Guidini's gone deep. Berlin switches back. Oh, a textbook defense there from the Brit. He holds on to P12 for now, but for how long is anyone's guess? What a fight! Wow, that was tense. A little bit of contact, but nothing major. And Guidini is through, knocking Berlin down to P13. The battle continues. Berlin's got the run on Turganov here, heading into Lesmo 1. He's going to have the inside, which should let him squeeze past in the final moments of the race. Well, it's Berlin's second disaster in this race, and his third disaster of the day if you count the crash out in race 1. Another visit to Monza ends in heartbreak for him as he rejoins in P17. Did Turganov cause him to spin out, or was there enough room left on the inside? Let's check the replay and see if we can get a better angle. There was just enough room for Berlin, but it was really borderline. The curve is what caused the car to oversteer. Could he have been given more room? Sure, but it's going down in my book as a racing incident. No blame on either party. Let me know your verdict in the comments. Berlin rounds Parabolica for the final time. His pride just as bruised as the front of his Porsche. Will he ever lift the curse of Monza and get that one clean race with a good result? I can tell you for certain that today wasn't his day, and he's got some tough conversations to have with the team tonight about the state of the first car. And with that, the dust has settled on the day. It's time for me to pack up here and get moving to the next destination on the road to gold. Looking forward to seeing you all next time. Take care of yourselves. Ciao for now.